Want me to strip down to panties and bra? That's a no-go, I'm a yes, you or not. But if we can't caramel skin thick and so brown, all the niggas want me if I come to your town. Brain with the realness, I shut that shit down. Bitches try to hate but can't get the crowd.
We live and we love and we love and we gangsta, it's nothing, it's nothing. We live and we love and we love and we gangsta, it's nothing, it's nothing. We live and we love and we love and we gangsta, it's nothing, it's nothing. We live and we love and we gangsta, it's nothing, it's nothing.
Is we living to die or dying to live? Every day has its own worries and own fears. Guess we all shed tears. No matter what, we bounce back and get back on track and love life and sit back and allow positive vibes to bring us back to the level and vibes that we need to be on with the universe. Respecting Jehovah on his throne, loving the day as a gift, not a curse. I don't want to end up in a hearse. I'm going the wrong direction. I'm not wanted, melanated. We stayed in the oven too long.
Listen to the lyrics of the song. Melanin tell the entire world that we wrong. Black and brown been divided, but the blue uniform always been grown. No privacy.
What up, y'all? What's up, Drip Trip? About to bring you in a second here. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Mrs. B show. This is where the lifestyle of a Mrs. is happening. We got your boy Drip Trip World joining us today. It's going to be a real treat. So make sure you share the live out, get some viewers in here, and let us know what's going on here. Miss B show. Drip Trip, I'm trying to bring you in right now. Having some weird things with my little filters. Alright, so give me a second here as I try to bring you in. And everybody tuning in the comments who's going to be joining. Tell us where you're from. Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. Let us know where you're from. Let us know. What's up, Drip? How you doing? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me? We're kind of getting you now.
Yeah, I can hear you good. You solid?
Hey, I can hear you. I think our connection was just a little bit slow, but that's okay. What's going on? How you doing today?
I'm doing good, good. How about you?
I'm great. Thank you for joining us. Sorry for the delay. You know, the Mrs. is a lifestyle, so it takes a little bit of time to get things moving.
That's all right.
But, you know, waiting grows anticipation.
Yeah. Nah, you're all good. Don't even worry about it. I'm all solid.
So I was sitting here just kind of listening to some things, and I was waiting for your link. Did you send me your link to your music? Because I want to get the viewers and everybody who joins in today to make sure that they get an opportunity to follow you, find out about your music platform, and get more information about who you are.
Yeah, I sent you my Spotify, and I sent you a couple direct links to my thing, but I can drop it to you again real quick if you
Yeah,
need.
shoot it to my Gmail because I don't see it in my Gmail anywhere.
All right.
You got that? It's the Mrs. B one?
Yep, I got you.
Perfect. Right now, I'm just waiting for Instagram to share out, get some more viewers in here. Tune in, check out our interview. We got Drip Trip from Michigan tuning in with us. Y'all, this is going to be a real treat. I need y'all to share out the live, get all your friends in here. And if you're supporting Miss B show, make sure you buy a badge, okay? You got to buy a badge. If you want to support local artists, you want to support people doing independent work, you want to get all these good tips and strategies about how to be a better artist and do it on your own, then you need to buy a badge down below and support the show today. We got Drip Trip World joining us today. So tell the viewers a little bit about where you're from, Drip. Or do you go by Trip?
Yeah,
or what do you go
Detroit.
by?
Most people just call me Drippy or Drip Trip, you know, depending on, you know, who it is and how long they know me. Most people just find it easier to say Drip.
Drip, Drip.
I guess Drip Trip is kind of like a tongue tie up or something like that. So
Like a tongue twister?
Yeah, yeah.
A little bit of tongue twister?
Yeah. Yeah, so I kind of have to, you know, some people, but, you know, most of my close people, they just call me Drippy. Or, you know, if you know me my whole life, you just call me by my name, though.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about where you're from. You're from Michigan, right?
Yeah, I'm from Detroit, Motor City, you know.
Detroit, shout out to Eminem repping D-Town to its fullest.
Yeah, definitely. Been here my whole life, born and raised. You know, been West Side most of the time, but I've been on both sides of the hood.
Okay. Okay. So tell us what life was like growing up for you, where you're from. Let
Yeah,
us know. Tell the viewers. We want to know what it's like to be from Michigan. I know it's cold as hell in Michigan.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, growing up, it was a lot colder than it is now. I'm be like straight up with you. The snow was different, the cold was different, but man, it was crazy to be honest with you. When I hear my experience growing up versus everybody else experience growing up, you know, not everybody, but you know, people, you know, outside of Detroit, you know, when I graduated, I went to the military. I joined the army, so I got to meet like a bunch of different people that you know grew up in different experiences, and I got kind of, I kind of. They kind of looked at me a little differently because I was from Detroit. You know, a lot of people thought that I might have been kind of hood or something like that, which I did have a little bit of hood ways to me, but you know, for the most part, I'm, you know, who I am, chill dude.
Real chill dude. Okay, yeah, I mean, so how did you come about Mrs. B? I know, I think we've been trying to connect. You had this wonderful podcast and show that you were doing. We didn't actually get a chance to connect and link on that, but I got you on the show. So I wanted to know more about that platform that you had started. Who are the hitters that you had and that were targeting for that show? Because I think it's really influential for the times that we're going through right now. It was about basically motivation for our community. And I think that's huge. Tell us about that.
Yeah. That show was actually, it's still in production. It's actually a documentary in progress. It was kind of just trying to get people's take on how COVID kind of, you know, affected your life, how you feel about this vaccination, how it affected your business primarily. When I say how it affected your life, you know, how did you have to change, you know, from working for this company and, you know, spending your time doing this with this employer to going and have to do all of these things for yourself, you know, for the most part. A lot of us, you know, worked for employers for the most part and, you know, had to become a business or figure out how you can make money on the side instead of, you know, how you pay your bills week to week.
Exactly. So what was the influence behind that? What made you decide to do such a show? Because like I said, I think it's phenomenal. And I think we need more of a platform for not just Black people, but just as young Black men and individuals and entrepreneurs trying to make it in the game and just in life. Like you said, just trying to get from day to day.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to get the information out. I know a lot of people are like really uninformed about a lot of things. They kind of just go by what they hear, what he say, she say.
Right.
What I'll say instead of actually like, you know, going out and finding the research and doing actual determination based off what you read about the actual product or the service or, you know, the virus or whatever you want to, you know, issue you have. You know, you have to do that actual research instead of relying on experts all the time. Experts are great to rely on, but that's not something that I'm, you know, solely focused on is relying on somebody else's expertise to give me the best information.
Exactly. And I like the fact that you said that. I think it's very important that people become readers because we do live in a time, and not just now, just if you look at all of the previous things that we've had to experience as individuals, as African Americans. I mean, we had the Tuskegee experiment, and they had been doing that for years, you know, decades of injecting things into our people. So, I mean, you can understand why we're a little standoffish as to being opposed to getting a shot in our arm from any entity.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the amount of research that goes into it, I think it needs like a lot more research. You know, I'm not like a proponent of any type of vaccination, to be quite frank with you. Mm-hmm. I think all of that stuff that we can do is natural to our body. Not saying I haven't had them. I've been in the military, so, you know, obviously I've had like a ton of vaccinations, but, you know, just in general, it's not like something I approve of. I can, from my experience, see people that didn't get vaccinated that live perfectly normal, healthy, happy lives.
Right. And they're saying so many different things about it. I know being in the military, you kind of got to fall in line. But what were your experiences with vaccinations? I mean, you said you feel like a lot of people were having trouble with that type of thing. What have been your experiences with vaccinations so that we can educate our culture and find out what the big boo-ha is as to why people are doing this or why they're not doing this?
I mean, I've seen people straight have seizures from getting vaccinations. And it's like not a pretty sight, like to actually see somebody that you know is healthy and functioning, you know, go to just flailing across the floor and seemingly not having that same normalcy, you know, throughout the rest of their entire life. You know,
Right.
it's actually quite annoying to see that somebody can do that and then not have any type of no one gets in trouble for that. It's just like, oh well, that's just part of what it is. So next.
Right. It's like a take it at your own risk kind of thing, would you say?
Yeah, take it at your own risk, but you have to, or else you can't do anything else.
Right. And that's what I want to talk about. You know, they're making it mandatory for people in New York. Well, what are your takes on that? I mean, not just New York. I think most of the country is falling in line with getting vaccinated and making sure that everyone in a public service type of job is getting vaccinated.
I mean, I believe that if it's the job that you do and it's your career path, then it's something that you should obviously have to do. Like, if you want to be an athlete, you know, you can't do certain type of drugs. You can't do steroids. So if you want to be an NBA, you can't do steroids. It is what it is. If you want to be a nurse, you want to be a doctor, and they require vaccination, you know, you got to do what you got to do. If you're a civilian and you want to attend the type of things that require you to have a vaccination, you have to do what you got to do. I mean, but if you can make that way of life without doing those things, then that's solely up to you. It's really hard, but I believe that it's possible for the most part to not be forced into, you know, something that's not as informed as you want it to be.
Absolutely. Well, tell me, do you put any of these things about how you're feeling into your music?
Not necessarily about the COVID-ish type vaccination, all of that type of things quite yet. Most of my music's been pretty emotional, to be quite frank with you. If you actually like tune into the lyrics, you'll actually see the stories that are getting told, you know, about, you know, ups and downs of being a human man, you know, mistakes that you make and things that you got to do to bounce back from mistakes and not being stuck in places.
Absolutely. So when you say being stuck, so when did you enter the military? You entered the military. At what point did you decide that you wanted to be a part of music? Like, when was that something that you were just like, this is it, this is what I'm doing? And what do you do? Like, tell us what it is that you do in this whole industry.
I've been out the military about 14 years.
Okay.
So, when did I get out the military? About 2007. Yeah, so it's been about 14 years now.
Wow. Thank you for your service. We appreciate you.
I appreciate it, yeah. Yeah, so when I got out the military, I tinkered around with making beats for a while because I started working. I'm a web developer. I make websites for a living. So I be around a lot of I was in Atlanta, so I was around some
ATL.
yeah. So yeah, I was around, like, they were high tech geeks, but they were still like in the studio and doing their thing. So, you know, I got to experience like how people, you know, kind of get into the studio and getting their vibe and things like that. That didn't actually get me interested in performing. I actually just started like doing my own music this year. Like, this is when I started like singing and rapping and performing. Prior to that, I just did beats and production for people in video games.
Okay, and video games. I mean, that's really interesting to cross over from one pathway to another and still gain success. That's really great, and I commend you for that. So tell us a little bit about the song that we're going to hear tonight. So give me your SoundCloud, give the viewers, listeners, people who'll be watching this later, give us the information on all of your social media, your platform, so that we can get that out the way so everyone can copy that down. Okay, this is Drip Trip World.
Yeah.
Trippy.
Yeah, everything is at driptripsworld.com. I'm going to just drop it. I mean, Drip Trips World, I'm going to just drop it in here exactly how it is. I made sure that I caught everything as I could get it for myself. Got my domains, I got my URLs, everything as soon as I can grab it.
Okay, good. I know that's right. And so they can find you on any major platform, Spotify, SoundCloud.
Yep, I'm Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, you know. Pull up your Instagram music and your title, your TikTok music, and I'll pop up there.
Hey, okay. I love that. So the song that we're going to be hearing tonight, tell us a little bit about that song.
Missing You. Yeah, Missing You is actually co-written with someone. I was kind of just driving. We were driving from Washington, D.C. to Raleigh. And
North Carolina, shout out.
Yeah.
Washington, D.C.
Yeah, we was just traveling, and I don't know. I kind of, it was not, that's actually a different vibe than how I generally write to. If you actually hear all my music, you'll kind of catch that I do a lot of singing and I do a lot of like, I kind of rock out, but that one I kind of like fell into my hip hop elements and
Okay.
yeah, I actually wrote it to be a pop song, and then when I got to recording it, it just fell out like that. That was like two different cuts that I actually took that in. I actually just like I was high. I ain't gonna play.
He said I was hot. I was hot. Now, well, let me get the definition of that term hot. What does that mean?
I smoke a lot of weed.
Okay.
But yeah, outside
when you said hot, I was confused. I didn't know if you was dipping the blunt in some something or what.
Nah, that day I think I did like a micro dose. I'm a proponent of cannabis and I'm a proponent of psilocybin. So cannabis, mushrooms, I think that those are something that definitely help people with their mental health and their creativity and their focus.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like you're a real advocate for medical marijuana and the industry. Have you been to Denver?
No, it's on my things to do.
Things to do. You got to make your way out to the Mile High City where we got the best good. And, you know, the beauty of it is we've had it legal for over a decade. I remember when I had the big old square red card when it first came out, you know, the big one you couldn't even fit in your purse and wallet or anywhere because it was all big. But it's just a wonderful thing to see that the industry has opened up. Shout out to all our viewers. If you're supporting Miss B, Drip Trip World at Drip Trip World, give us a shout out, follow us, buy a badge, support these independent people. We are doing our job out here. So go ahead and support us, buy a badge, share our live out, just to say that. But back to the marijuana. Like I said, I've seen it. I've worked in the industry. I did social work for over 10 years. And then prior to that, I worked in the school district for 4 years. So the last 14 years of my life has been, you know, surrounded around people who have disabilities and things going on of that nature, and who have really shown that medical marijuana is something that is prevalent. It's going to be around. It's going to help individuals. And it's not just like other drugs. It calms the brain. It calms the mind. It balances your body out. It gets you to a point of where it's almost euphoric, in a sense, if you're going through pain.
Yeah, especially if you know how to use it. Yeah, like don't overdose. You know what strains do and don't work for you. You can overdose on weed. You're not going to die. But
I've never seen anyone overdose on marijuana. I've just seen you get too high, munchies, and go to sleep.
Hey, I've had like it where I had to go puke and just lay down. I was out of it. I had to go lay down. Couldn't like function for about 6 to 8 hours. I get going to sleep. To me, an overdose when you're trying to function and you smoke too much and you can't like function because you're too damn high. Like.
Okay, I got you. Okay, I'm like overdose.
Yeah, not like overdose like you fuck like you gonna go hospitalized. But overdose
I'm about to say, I'm like, you ain't smoking regular weed. You smoked something different than just weed alone, because that's different. But good. So tell us about some of who your influences are in the music. Like, what inspired you to make music all of a sudden? I know you just said you're just now getting into performing. What made you want to take that shift from, you know, the video production and all of that to becoming an artist? Who are your influencers or influences?
Reality is my son is my biggest influence. Like I got a little toddler, and I want him to like see everything and experience everything, and you know, get to see more words and more visuals. You know, he loves YouTube, he loves music and things like that. So just want him to get more of that experience inside, and that kind of just like made me where I didn't necessarily feel so afraid to push my voice out, because I realized he liked it, and that was good enough for me.
And that's really awesome. You know, I feel like a lot of people who do music, they're inspired by their children or their life story, or a life story that they've seen someone go through or experience. I think that's where you get the most beautiful products of music and the most portrayal of life. Your music, you know, and that's really beautiful. I love that you said that. Does your son, I know we see a lot of him on your page, and a lot of your like stories have your son and your kid, and I think that's wonderful. Shout out to the Black dads and Mexican dads and Asian dads and every dad out there that's out there, you know, trying to be something and help out. How old is your kid?
5. He'll be 6.
He'll be 6?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're living parallel lives because I have a 6-year-old and a soon-to-be 10-year-old. And, man, that 6-year-old's like an old man. Like, he has the oldest soul I have ever seen. I'm like, who is this little dude?
Yeah.
He was like, nah, Mom, we ain't doing that. Yeah, nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, like little
captain.
directors.
Yeah, like, you're captain. I'm like, who you telling you captain? Like, you better sit down somewhere. What you mean? You captain.
Yeah, he like a little director. You know, he's a creative, though. He's really artsy. He spends majority of his time, you know, just wanting to draw. And then once he got the experience with going into the studio, all he wants to do is grab my phone, put his headphones on, and connect the mic. And, you know, I posted a song that he's sat there and did. Like, he just loves sound and he loves art. So, you know, so it kind of broke me out of my, like, not necessarily wanting to be so hidden with my creative as far as the music part goes.
Because the kids will let you know, right? The kids will tell you if it's trash. They'll be like, I don't like that. That's just trash.
Yeah, every time he tell me to shut up, like, hey, yeah, I'm like, okay, all right, you don't like that, you know. But yeah, he was my biggest thing. But all of my things are about my life. So basically, what you'll hear is, you know, how I've not been an absolutely stunning gentleman throughout my entire life. But I'm not necessarily stuck on that because I want to make the best of what I have out of this everything.
Well, kudos to that. You know, that's a wonderful answer and response, and I think that's just phenomenal. Who are some of your favorite rappers? I mean, you kind of diddle-daddled around the question in your influences. We haven't gotten to that yet. I see.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like having any particular. Oh, shit.
Welcome to Live, y'all. This happens every day. Buy badge, support Miss B Show, follow Drip Trip World as we are talking about some of the things that are going on in the industry and our influences and just what it's like in our culture right now. And we're talking about the vaccine. So if a little of you, some of you, I can't even speak today. It's been a long day. If some of you are a little sensitive about vaccinations and all of that, go ahead and listen to this again. We're pro-choice for whatever you choose, but I personally choose my own immune system. Like Tank said the other day, he was like, look, if you want to get it, get it. If you don't want to get it, don't, you know, but let that be my choice. You know, don't push it on me. So you're in ATL. Wait a minute. Okay, so let's back up. You're by way of Michigan, Detroit. The big D, not the Denver, but the other big D. Okay. And then now you're then by way of Raleigh, correct?
Yeah, I'm back in Detroit right now because I'm doing a show up here tomorrow.
Oh, see, you're like the world traveler. Every time you just somewhere else.
Yeah, me and my family, we was doing some traveling since since around April. We started off in Philadelphia. We went to D.C., Maryland, Raleigh, Durham, Ohio, and back. I'm up here in Detroit just doing a couple shows.
Okay, so now you're doing your performance shows. We've kind of moved away a little bit from the show and the episodes, and then you're doing the actual performing.
Right.
Okay, so where's your next performance happening?
We're at Blue Detroit nightclub. It's gonna be tomorrow night at 9 o'clock.
All right, drop the address if you got it. Let the people know where they can come see you, tune in, and engage with you.
Got you.
And definitely put that in the comments. We're gonna listen to this "Missing You" song here very soon, but so you've got to have some influences. You've got to have some reasons that you've gotten into. I mean, like, I just ain't gonna let you off the hook with that. You have got to tell us.
I mean, I don't really have any specific.
Is it hip hop that you do? What is your genre?
I mean, I feel like I'm genreless, but the playlist that has Spotify'd me have put me in like the alternative hip hop genre, which is
alternative hip hop.
Yeah, which I get that based off of Missing You. You know, I think that probably I feel like I am closest to hip hop, but I feel like I kind of border. I don't know what you want to consider indie. If indie's like a blend of like different genres, because I feel like I'm part like hip hop, part like alternative, part popish. You know, because it's not necessarily it's lyrical. And it's hooky and it's catchy, but it's not, you know, I'm not just dropping verses and lines and bars and stuff like that. No. I feel like I only did that on Missing You, to be quite frank with you.
Okay. All right. So you're doing different things. Shout out to the viewers. We're going to be listening to Missing You here very soon by Drip Trip. You can find him on Drip Trip World on all platforms, all social media, Instagram, Facebook, live. Just tune in with him. Make sure you cop that. I want to give a shout out to Tramana. I want to say that's how I'm pronouncing this right. I hope so. This is The Rock's Dwayne Johnson. I'm sorry, not The Rock anymore. Dwayne Johnson's new tequila. New to me. Shit, I don't know if it's new to y'all, but it's new to me. This shit right here. Now, I had the silver one day before yesterday. Now, I got the gold one, okay? Y'all have got to get on this because this shit right here, nigga, is something else. And I drank a little too much, you know, because you never know with tequila how it's going to hit you. And I had a hangover. But the hangover was not a hangover. I didn't have a headache. I wasn't really, like, sick. I just threw up, you know.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. But anyway, my point is, get you some of this. Can y'all see that? Let me put it closer. Can y'all see that? All right, get you some of that. All right, so back to Drip Trip. Back to the tuners. Thank you, Mr. Seabear, Romeo. Hey, greetings to everybody tuned in. If you're supporting us and you like what we're doing here at the Mrs. B Show, make sure you buy a badge, okay? Buy a badge. Let us know that you're rocking with us. Support us as independent artists. Share the live out. Get your friends in here. Do you guys know how important it is for you to get your friends in here and let us know how we're doing? Support us, okay? Follow us. Share the live out. So, back to that. Influences, sir. Who did you grow up listening to?
Yeah, I grew up, I'm like the youngest dude in I'm the baby of like two big sisters and a girl, a mama, you know, so I had like women in the house. So I pretty much like heard a lot of Kenny G and like Immature and stuff like that growing up. Yeah, so
now, I haven't heard Immature and the Batman, okay? Not Marcus Houston. Batman, he was to us, right? That was just the group.
Yeah, so that's like the stuff that I like got to vibe with growing up, you know, Lauryn Hill, Alicia Keys, stuff like that. Stuff that mainly, you know, women were listening to. When I got to high school and I kind of started, you know, being around more dudes, I got to listen to more hip hop stuff. The people that I started to actually care about were like Talib Kweli. You know, that was like that was the main person that was like the main dude that like had me vibing. Like that was like
Common, yes, I grew up on Common.
Yeah,
yes.
That was my
Light.
type of music.
Shout out, I Am the Light. Hey, Missy
Elliott.
That was
my
yes.
music. Yeah,
Brat,
that was my growing up music. And then the people that I kind of vibe with, like over the past few years, I think hip hop kind of was crap over the past few years, but there were like a few people I did like XXX a lot. I thought he was like really interesting as far as how he like kind of harmonized the melody, used melodies and broke into his beats, and how he used different beats for one. And then, I'm a Linkin Park dude all throughout my life.
I am a Linkin Park fan, okay? When they did that crossover with Jay-Z, that like changed the game forever. Like that shit changed the game. And in Denver, you know, we listen to a lot of like alternative music, pop music, rock music, mostly pop. There's a big rave scene here in Denver. And I just love it. You know, Dua Lipa, shout out to her. I love that type of energy. So I can't wait to hear this Missing You song, like officially, and let the viewers know what's going on with it. So Kenny G, yeah, I grew up on Kenny G, all his albums. My grandfather just set the room with Kenny G, you know, rest in peace. I love that. Who are some of your other big influences that you grew up on?
Luther Vandross was another one that, you know, I got to hear a lot of growing up. Like Personal People. I listened to a lot of kind of rock music, I guess. Kind of a lot of punk rock and stuff like that. I like Good Charlotte, you know, and Andrew WK and things like that. That's what I grew up enjoying more than I grew up listening to everything else, you know.
Okay, so you are a Green Day, Blink-182 type of fan, Maroon 5 type of fan, I'm guessing. I get that kind of vibe.
Yeah, somewhat shit. I like them. They cool. I just
Maroon 5? What?
Yeah, I like them.
You're a tough crowd. I mean, okay, so maybe you're more like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, or are you more like Marilyn Manson, Metallica type? Okay, so you're a Californication type of individual. Okay, see, and that's what I like. I feel like if you really listen to music, there's no black music, there's no white music, there's no Mexican or Hispanic music. It's all about the culture of music, you know, how you grew up. Because obviously, culture of music started with definitely rock and pop and the black and the blues, you know. So I don't think anyone's arguing that Elvis Presley took his moves from a black woman and his music. So I think that it's interesting that you are expressing that there are black people who can be in tune with different types of music. You know, I think they feel like if you're just black, you gotta listen to just hip hop. You gotta be like, you know, and you don't have to be that way, because I feel like the way that music becomes prevalent, the way that music grows, the way that people feel it is to collab with different types of music, right? That's how you get different fusions of music, different genres that people are like, golly, it changed the world, you know?
Right.
So that's amazing. I love that. Who's your favorite rock group?
I don't really have a favorite. I mean, I do like a lot of Red Hot Chili Pepper songs. But in general, I don't think I have a favorite.
What's your favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper song? Because mine is Other Side.
Nah. Got me on fire.
And I like Californication. I really love that song too. That whole album, before was that before or after their main member he committed suicide, right?
Yeah, it was before.
Yeah, oh, it was before. Okay, yeah, because I'm like, it was iconic.
I'm trying to remember the name. So I got all the lyrics in my head.
That's okay. We ain't gonna put you on the spot. We're gonna let you ponder that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell us about why you got into music.
Man, just kind of influenced my son to speak more words. You know, he's really artistic, and he speaks really good words. And, you know, we want him to get more comfortable speaking in front of people and doing that type of thing. And then me personally, you know, I've always wanted to just not be just in the background. You know, I'm always just back there creating the beats or making sure that the sound comes out good, or just trying to make sure that, I don't know, I always feel like I'm a teacher and I'm aiding and I'm helping. And
I like that. I can take that. That's great.
Yeah,
so you sound like my uncle. My uncle's always like, I am not a rapper, I'm a producer. But every time we hit a fucking freestyle session, this nigga is literally freestyling and rapping, but you're not a rapper.
Yeah.
So I like that you have made that crossover to becoming an artist. And you just seem to have such a good vibe and energy. You know, you just seem really peaceful. And you can kind of see that through the content that you share online, which is one of the main reasons, I mean, I invited you for this show. I was inspired by your cause that you were chasing, you know, and the hitters that you were getting involved. I was like, wow, he's really out there trying to put this platform on and incorporate a lot of big hitters. And I think that's so commendable in the community, because oftentimes people make it and they forget to reach back. You know, they forget the people who helped get them there. They forget to push others. And that is really the basis of the Mrs. is a lifestyle. It doesn't just mean that if you're a wife, that's not the content of the Mrs. is a lifestyle. It just kind of means that being a mother, a woman in this world, in this community is difficult. You know, it's hard. You've got to put your first foot forward. You've got to always have the good grammatical speech. You got to look pretty. You got to have big booty. You got to have big ass titties. There's just so many things that you have to do in this world. And I feel like if we could just focus more on the positive things and the positivity that makes us human, we won't have to focus so much on the aesthetic bullshit. You know, yeah, everybody wants to put their makeup on. I'm gonna put my makeup on, put my little wigs on. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna do my contacts if I want to. I'm gonna do what I want. And I'm not saying don't be who you are or who you want to be. What I'm saying is don't make that the standard of beauty for everybody.
Right.
Everybody's not gonna have a fucking 52-inch booty. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's not gonna have a skinny, thin waist. There are beautiful, full-figured women. Look at Lizzo. She's out there and she's goddamn more confident than women who got the slim Coca-Cola, you know? And that's That's what I want to see. I want to see people happy with who you are.
Yeah,
You know,
confidence is key.
correct. Confidence, entrepreneurship, dreaming, you know, those positive things. Like, I see so many people in the world who are just mad and bitter, you know. And don't get me wrong, I have my mad and bitter fucking times. Like, I'm a woman and I'm a mom and I go through shit. But at the end of the day, I feel like if we can really get to a point, not even just as a Black community, we're not just going to put a Black label on it or a white label on it, as a world, as a people, can we come together to make it better? You know, what can we do to uplift other people? And why does money always have to be the main fucking focus? Like, we're gonna all die one day. Why is money so fucking important? I get it. You want to be rich. Who the fuck doesn't want to be rich? Who doesn't want that new Bentley? You know, who doesn't want to go floss and throw some bills at the club, you know, or at the strip club? But you also have to remember there's a focus here, right? There's a reason why we're doing this. There's a reason why hip hop was created anyway. It was an expression. Mm-hmm. It was a way that we could show the world what we weren't getting, yeah, and how we're living, right?
Yeah.
So why has it become so prevalent on just a fucking bitch with a fine big booty or little booty, or this bitch gotta be skinny to be a model, she gotta be 5'10", or why?
That's what they getting taught. That's whoever's in charge of whatever media situation, that's what they want everybody to be, like, obligated to feel like is perfection or right or necessary.
Perfection. And you said it. We cannot obtain perfection, right? I mean, it's impossible. It is impossible to be perfect. You could be the baddest Halle Berry, Beyonce, whatever pretty other women are out there. You could
be divorcing like hell. They be divorcing
and cheating. And they're still being cheated on. They're still going through hell. They're still facing trials and tribulations, probably discrimination. You know, there's still oppression that's happening. And it's like getting ourselves injected or going under the knife is not helping us. You know, now it may help your confidence. You may be that person that's like, yep, that booty looking good, them titties looking great. That's perfect. If it makes you feel from the inside out that was the best choice for you, wonderful. But don't shove it down everyone's throats and make it to where you got to go do this too if you want to be bad like me.
Right. Yeah, I be thinking it'd be pushing agendas that be unnecessary or like unrealistic. Like,
right.
Everybody can't reach these scenarios that you're trying to push and place them for them, and I don't enjoy it, you know.
Correct.
Especially when you can see how, you know, in some of these communities, some of the people can't really afford it, so they putting themselves in bad situations just to be able to do some little stuff that they think might be getting them in an opportunity or whatever. Or just, I don't know. Out here, I see a lot of people that just want to be like the video vixen or this thing like that. So, you know, they're not really trying to, like, I like how you use your musical skills and how you, like, try to be like an all-around production agency instead of like just I'm beautiful. Like, I get it.
Thank you.
Yeah, like there are so many beautiful women, and you know you got to be out here doing like a lot more than just being beautiful. Like,
right. And I mean, like you said, there are so like I love women, I love men, I love women, I love the world. I'm a lover. I'm that person, you know, but I'm also very like, and I'm very mean. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, we've got to have more than just that body, because that body's going to get old. You know, you can keep it fit, you can work it out, but the body's going to get old. You know, like if you're not in a situation for your mind, for your spirit, for your educational value, for the value that you can bring other than just being beautiful, what are we doing? What are we promoting? How are we raising the next generation? So here's a good question. Having been in the military, and I'd imagine your family were military as well?
No, just me.
Oh, just you? Okay. So you're starting a new trend. That's great. Would you say that you learned something differently about the world that you didn't know before you enlisted into the military? And I don't mean just like literally like I know you you've got training. There's different things of the mental that you have to go through. What I'm saying is, how did that experience affect your view of the world currently and what you believe about what's happening with vaccinations and things that you may have seen that weren't maybe the way you thought?
It's cutthroat out here. I mean, I knew that from Detroit, but then like you get to see it like at a different level. Like it's not just over, you know, scrimplets or, you know, necessity. People do it out of some of this stuff unnecessary, to be quite frank with you. That, you know, they be going to great lengths to cover up or, you know, destroy or break or, you know, so it just made me be a little bit more aware to, you know, who you're communicating with and how you work with people.
Absolutely.
I was already guarded for the most part, but then, you know, you get into, you know, higher stakes situations and you think people got less to lose when you got higher stakes. I mean, not less to lose, but, you know, people with a bigger
platform.
Yeah.
I mean, the stakes are higher. I mean, you have more to lose. Like one bad comment from a fan who may be lying can end your career type of thing. And that too, you know, that's another thing that baffles me about just the music community in general. It's like they act like, and I don't know what I mean when I say they, I mean people, the world, the trolls, the people who always have a fucking opinion but no talent type people, those type of people. What I mean by that is we spend so much time focusing on what people lack, what they don't have. You ain't got no hair, you ain't got no, your grill is like, you ain't got, we spend so much time focusing on the shit that's not important in life, that's not gonna matter tomorrow. You know, they might, well, people might remember you if you had the tacky weave, you know. But what I'm saying in regards to that is people are going to remember your heart. When people come up to speak at your eulogy and eulogize you, they are going to remember the person you were, right? That inner person, that inner that comes out. Because you could be beautiful outside and the shit could be terrible on the inside, right? And it makes you real ugly after a while. You could be beautiful at that point, but you become real ugly as people get to know you type of thing, right? So why are we always focusing on the aesthetics and how shit looks when we know if you're a biblical person, you know biblically none of us are perfect. All sinners, we all have an issue, we all fucking crazy, we all got something wrong with the cabeza. What are we doing why is the world this way? Why can't we help each other?
Because that's all we see. That's the first thing we see.
The visuals, the media, what we see. Would you say the media is fair?
It's the media, and then on top of that, you don't really got the time to get to know people, you know, unless you get to see them through social media. And then on social media, you're really not putting out all of your whole, you know, ups and downs of your life, most likely. You know, You're probably just putting the
because nobody cares about that anyway, right? They don't give a shit. They just want to see you shake your ass and take your thong off and move it over.
Yeah, whatever you putting up there, you know, that's getting your crowd. That's basically what you putting up. You ain't finna put up your real life. So, I mean, most people are connecting off of that these days. You know, they're not really out in the streets, you know, bumping heads with each other and, you know, seeing each other over the course of this period of time anymore. It's like, hey, we here. Damn. We here.
We here. We're not affecting change. We're just being a part of, if it's bullshit, change and complaining about it. That's kind of how I feel, right? Like people are complaining about things that they don't want to take into their own realm and try to change.
Yeah, you're pretty much stuck with whatever opportunities that anybody else is giving to you because you're not really taking control of your own situation in life.
Absolutely. Well, I think we've done a lot of heavy topics here, so I want to make it a little bit lighter. Tell us about some other tracks that you have out that you want the viewers to know about, you want people to tune in and tap in with and know more about you. What are some of your favorite hobbies as well? What do you like to do?
All right. Other track that I just released was Animated Images. That's more along my rockish side of things.
Okay.
So that one's on Spotify, and then I have another one called Fading Away that's on YouTube right now, that and SoundCloud. That'll be on Spotify soon.
Okay.
That one's kind of more of melodic. I think I gave it a little bit more of a singing vibe to it, and you can kind of tell that it's...
I was just about to ask you, do you do some singing? Because you said melodic. I'm like, oh, it's got to be some singing in that.
Yeah. I'm not like a super vocal person, but I think that my voice has this notes that it can hit that sound pretty cool.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we're going to be checking out Missing You probably in the next like 2 to 3 minutes. So, is there anything in particular that you want the viewers or us to know about this Missing You? First of all, tell me how you came up with your name.
Drip Trips World. All right, so
DTW. Wait, but before, I'm sorry, not to interrupt, but before it was Drip the Sage, right? That was your name?
Drip Trips World has always been the realm of what it is.
Okay.
Drip Trip the Sage is the individual that I am. So if you want to say everything as it is, I'm Drip Trip the Sage, but Drip Trips World is my world that I live in, where I create things that I do for, display, for visuals, for entertainment, for, just fun. That's my life.
And how do you prep to get into that world? Like that world?
I'm always here. I wake up here, I go to sleep here, because I don't let the outside world necessarily affect my world. Like
your world. And that's fair. I like that. I don't let the outside world affect my world. Like I like that. Did y'all see that hand gesture, y'all? You said my world.
Yeah, like this is my energy, this is my world, and
like give me some space. Back the
that stuff going on out there. It don't really bother me. It might be some little comments that get reflected away or some little something like that.
If you ain't got haters, you ain't doing it right. Like you're not doing shit right if you ain't got haters. Head up, Jap Mood. We see you in the comments. Let's start a topic on weed. Okay, tell me about some weed. Okay, tell me about some bomb weed that you've had. Does that satisfy you, Jap Mood? What does Jap Mood mean? You in that mood, Jap Mood? Are you Jamaican, man? I'm just trying to figure it out. Tell us about some of your best strains of weed that you like. Drip Trip.
Man, Blue Dream is one of my favorites.
Blue Dream?
Mac is one of the like dopest indicas that you could probably find. That makes me having me like flat.
You're an indica guy.
No, I'm either indica or sativa. I like sativas for the regular portion of my day, but at this point in the day, I'm probably about to I just smoked the indica.
Yeah, you better go to bed. It's 11 o'clock in your town, right?
Yeah.
I got y'all people up late night. You gotta be up late night. We talking about
that's one of the people that popped in here. I gotta give them some love. I appreciated it.
All right, I appreciate it. Everybody who is in the chat tonight, please be sure to drop where you're from in the comments. Jap Mood. Where you from? What kind of weed you smoking? Show us. Let me see it. Okay, because I showed some of my weed a couple weeks ago, and I still got some bomb weed downstairs. I have some Apple Diesel, y'all. Woo! Shout out to Buddy Boys. They be supplying your girl, Miss B. They be hooking me up. Buddy Boys, Denver, Colorado. Y'all got to check them out on Walnut. Check it out. We're about to premiere this Missing You song. Tell us about the song, when it was made, who produced it.
It was made in, I want to say, July last month. It was actually released last month, too. It was released on July 31st. It was written by me and my spouse. We just wrote it. And I produced it. I got lit, and I just
So you got lit. So y'all see me over here getting lit on this Dwayne Johnson. Y'all gotta get this shit. Tremana. Y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Look at the back. Look at the ingredients. Look at the ingredients. That shit right there. I don't know if you can see them. It said agave. Agave. I love agave. Like you can say agave, or if you want to be bougie, agave, whatever.
Yeah.
What is your favorite drink, Drip?
Mainly Jack Daniels. I be fucking with the whiskey and shit like that.
Oh, I fuck with whiskey, but Jack Daniels,
Hey.
can't.
I'm a straight drinker too. I don't be mixing my shit. I don't need no ice. Just give me the drink.
Oh my God. Jack Daniels gives me the worst hangover I have ever had on the planet. You know, I used to drink that Tennessee honey.
Eee.
And it's so smooth. See, exactly. Yeah, I woke up the next morning like, my head hurt. Because that shit was ridiculous.
I can't be doing that honeys, them flavors. I don't even like flavors on my wraps and nothing like that. I be trying to get them as straight as I can.
I just like those regular cigars. I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta taste my weed. Like, I gotta taste my weed. I gotta know what my drink
You
tastes
sound like my husband. I gotta taste the weed. Shout out to Cavani in the comments. I see you, pretty girl, tuning in. Is that a lady? Yes, I see you, beautiful. Okay, I see everybody in the comments who's tuning in. If you're supporting Miss B Drip Trip, thank you so much. We are so appreciative. We definitely want you to buy a badge. Drop where you're from in the comments so we can follow, like, share, and follow up. All right, so we're going to be listening to Drip Trip World's Missing You here in just a little bit. But before I do that, tell me about your spouse, because she is co-writer on your music. I want to know what her name is, where y'all can follow her, and also who produced this song.
Yeah, she's not on social media at all. She's been in my story a couple times, but yeah, she's not on social media.
So she's not an artist. She's a behind the scenes artist. She just writes.
Yeah, she just wanted to like get busy with the song, and that was the one that we kind of came together on, and we kind of produced. We wrote together. I did all the production of it. I recorded it, and did all my leveling and my ad libs and things like that. Layered it, did my mastering.
I love that. I love that you wrote a song with your girl. I'm sorry, I don't know. Oh, sorry, I was thinking about. I love that you wrote a song with your girl, who is also a writer. What's her name? What does she go by?
Lala.
Lala. Now there's only one Lala.
Hey, that's my Lala.
Okay, it's your Lala. Is that what she goes by, Lala? Because Lala is a hard, tough name to stand up against, because Lala is something else. Shout out Lala Anthony. Woo!
Hey, she is who she is.
Hey, Peacefully Made. Hey, y'all. Hey, Cavani. Hey, Chef Wilddraw. Hey, Priscilla. Hey, Mr. Seabear. Hey, Romeo. Hey, D.I. Hey, everybody. Miss J, Stoner, Paul. Who else is in here? Black, Taki, Sagar. Who else we got in here? Taraji, Gabe. Damn, it's like a book. Miranda, Cool. Shout out to anybody who's in here. Philip, King Philip, Wise, shout out. If I miss y'all, it's all love. We are giving you shout outs. I want to wave to everybody. Thank you for joining us. If you're supporting Miss B, you like what we're doing here, repping the city of the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado, buy a badge. Shout out to The Rock. We drinking Tremana. We smoking good weed. We talking about weed jack, because that's what you wanted to know, right? Hey, Miss J. Hey. We're about to listen to Missing You by Drip Trip World. Are y'all ready to listen to this track, y'all? In the comments, I need you to buy a badge, share your live out, get more of the viewers in here. And I also want y'all to tell us what you think about this song, 1 through 5. 1, I ain't fucking with it. Not really my thing. It's trash. Not my genre. I doubt that's what we're going to listen to today. But you got to have tough skin. 5, that shit is fire. Sign that nigga today, because I want to see more of it. Drip Trip, tell us where you're performing.
Hi, I'm being Blue Detroit, downtown in the nightclub. It's going to be at 1540 Woodward. Just come check me out. It's going to be my first performance in the stage. I've done some street performances, but this will be my first one on the stage. All
right, coming to the big stage. We got Drip Trip World. Hey, coming to the stage of Mrs. B show. We are about to listen to Drip Trip World, Missing You. Y'all let us know 1 through 5 in the comments. Who produced this? I like it. I like that beat.
I did.
I like it. I might need a beat here. I might need a beat.
I am your moon to the sky, but you're the light in my dark. Yeah, you're the opposite person. Try this and never be apart. Know that we'll go miles away. I hate this shit. I had to get back to you, babe. I miss you.
I hear a little bit of like wheezy raspiness in there. Little wheezy little vibe in there. I heard a little.
Yeah. I be experimenting with my vocals.
Hey, if y'all need some beats, y'all need to holler at Drip Trip World. Y'all know y'all can hear this beat right here. That shit's hard. I like the harmony too. Put in the comments where they can find all your Spotify platforms, all your platforms. Drop your name in the comments first. Drip. Hey. Shout out everybody who's tuning in. We got Drip Trip World. Y'all are listening to Missing You right now. He went so hard, and he also self-produced. So y'all gotta go cop this one. You can find it on SoundCloud. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it everywhere. Take a listen to this second verse here. Oh, we still on the hook, y'all. We still on the hook. In the comments, if you like this, drop 1 through 5. Tell us how you feel about that song. We just listened to Drip Trip, Missing You. Y'all can find this on Facebook. Nice little mash little video that goes to it. I love your little logo type with the little X's and the little smiley face. That's tight. Like, so what exactly is that? Is it a mask? What is it?
Yeah, that's what mask I usually perform in.
Okay. All right. So you got your own little mask you perform in. He's doing his first performance out here in, it's going to be in ATL?
I'm in Detroit this week.
Oh, Detroit. That's right. He said he's in Detroit. He's in Detroit, y'all, Michigan. So y'all need to pull up on him. He dropped the address in the comments. Make sure y'all pull up. When is the performance, Drip?
It's tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Don't be late. And if you're late, you better come with some of that great bomb. Okay?
Hey.
Follow Drip Trip on Spotify and Apple Music. Drip Trip's World is where you can find him on all platforms. Drip Trip, anybody you want to shout out today? Anything you want to say? Because we just listened to Missing You and we loved it. I didn't see a single negative comment about the song. So I feel like people are really responding to it really well. I want to wish you good luck on your performance because that is something else. Are you going to be performing live?
Yes. Yes,
okay, so it's going to be all live. He's going to give y'all a real show. Make sure y'all follow Drip Trip and come support him. Buy a ticket. Don't be cheap. Buy a badge if you're supporting what I'm doing here, what we're doing here, what we are integrating into the community of Denver, Colorado here with Mrs. B at the Mrs. B Show. The Mrs. is a lifestyle. You were listening to Missing You. Drip Trip, anybody you want to thank, shout out, appreciate?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, all my family that's helping me, you know, push forward with everything. Everybody that's dropped down in the chat, I appreciate you. Ebony, Jazz. You know, I saw Romeo pop in here. I didn't catch everybody. Hey, you know, if I miss you, appreciate you, definitely. That's it. I appreciate you, you know, having me on your show as well.
Thank you. I wish I could have had the opportunity to be on your show, but I definitely, when you kick that platform off, I'm going to be ready. You know, I went through a lot of life trials this year, so it's been a hard road, but we're getting there. I love the song Missing You. I mean, like, I really am going to be wanting to hear more from you about us working together with some beats because I like that beat. That beat is hard. So, you know, keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to your son and your girl who are helping push you and make you the artist and the man that you are today. So shout out to them. We really appreciate that. Behind every great man is a great woman. Don't ever forget it. Don't lose it. You can follow Drip Trip World on Instagram. IG, Drip Trip World, or is it Drip Trips World?
It's Drip Trips World. You know, like I had to be grammatically correct when I'm saying it in a sentence. So for that purpose, the performance that I deliver is Drip Trip's World, even though the individual, like I say, is Drip Trip.
Okay, I got it. So y'all gonna follow him. Y'all gonna pull up on his show tomorrow at 9 p.m. He left the address in the comments. Scroll up and you will see the address in the comments. If you're gonna be rewatching this, not live, but if you're gonna be rewatching this, make sure you also comment, follow, like, share. Support the Mrs. B Show because it's a movement. We're going to have other people joining us next week. So make sure you tune in with us and always buy a badge. Drip Trip World. We're going to end with listening a little more to Missing You. If y'all want to crop some beats, y'all better shout out Drip Trip. Also, if they need a beat, where can they get a beat from you? Shout out your Cash App, PayPal, BeatStar, whatever you have. Make sure these viewers can contact you.
Yeah, all my beats are on SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Drip Trips World, I'm guessing?
Yep.
All right. Y'all follow Drip Trips World. Tuning in with Missing You. And I appreciate you.
Hey, thank you.
You
Yeah.
have a wonderful night. Keep it simple. And on your show tomorrow, best of wishes.
I appreciate that. You blessed. I appreciate you.
All right. You guys have a good night. All the viewers tonight, we miss you. We love you. We thank you for tuning in with Mrs. B. The Mrs. is a lifestyle. We'll check y'all out next week. We got Drip Trips World. Have a good night, people. Mwah.